about 29 billion in 2022. Nike analyzed customer fundamental desires in 3 steps. First, there is a physical need for safety and efficient body movement during exercise. Consumers want products that protect their bodies, reduce injury risk, and support their performance. They also have psychological needs related to self-expression, the desire to challenge themselves, achieve goals, and feel motivated through sports. Beyond basic needs, Nike's customers develop wants based on technology and cultural meanings. Customers look for differentiated functionality through Nike's exclusive technologies, such as ZoomX and Flyknit. They are also drawn to the cultural symbolism of Nike. It's just do it spirit, and associated with victory, courage, and athletic heroism. Additionally, customer value style and Nike's leadership in street fashion reinforces the desire for visual appealing and identity expressing products. Demand for Nike products is particularly strong among young customers who place high value on fashion. These customers show willingness to spend more on products that reflect their identity. They are also willing to pay higher price for limited edition products in order to express uniqueness and secure items that feel exclusive. Nike expands CPV value, customer perceived value, which is the difference between total customer benefit and total customer cost. Nike delivers value through high performance products, personalized service through the Nike app and Nike Run Club. And they also give value through knowledgeable in-store personnel and a strong brand image associated with success. On the cost side, customers face monetary costs from premium pricing, time spent waiting for limited drops, energy spent navigating digital platforms, and psychological frustration when they fail to purchase limited products. But even with this cost, customers still perceive Nike's total benefit to be much higher. It's because Nike maximizes non-monetary benefits like innovative technologies and cultural images to make total customer value for above the cost, allowing consumers to accept premium prices. The 4P marketing mix executes this value. Nike product strategy focuses on innovation. The company consistently releases top performance products that incorporate proprietary technologies. Its broad product portfolio covers running, basketball, lifestyle, and many other categories, allowing Nike to meet diverse customer needs. Nike maintains a premium pricing strategy. Its strong brand value and advanced technology support a higher price point than many competitors. Nike also uses scarcity pricing through limited edition releases to maintain brand heat and encourage high perceived value. For place, Nike strengthened the direct-to-customers approach by focusing heavily on Nike app and Nike.com. This allows the company to secure higher margin, control the customer experience more efficiently, and gather detailed customer data that enhances personalization. Nike's promotional strategy emphasizes emotional storytelling. The Just Do It slogan creates a powerful emotional connection by encouraging challenge and achievement. Nike also engaged in social marketing by working with advertising models who address social issues. For example, the campaign featured by Colin Kaepernick, you can see in the picture. This approach highlights Nike's brand philosophy and positions the company as a cultural influential. Now let's move on to the SWOT analysis. In terms of strength, Nike benefits from dominant brand authority and strong emotional attachment with customers. In addition, its DTC channel provides rich customer data and improved profitability. However, Nike faces weakness, such as concerns over brand scarcity due to frequent limited edition releases. Oversupply can lead to value erosion and negative reactions, as seen in the case of the widely available Panda Dunks. Opportunity arises from the continued growth of the athleisure market, where consumers increasingly integrate sportswear into their daily fashion. Threats include intense competition from brands like Adidas and Lululemon, or so on. Ultimately, Nike's brand power is rooted in its iconic brand elements. The swoosh logo symbolizes victory, speed, and movement, giving the brand instant global recognition. The slogan "Just Do It" builds a strong emotional connection by communicating universal values of achievement. Nike's strong brand equity allows the company to change high price while maintaining exceptional brand loyalty. The brand also strengthens cultural authority through collaborations with sports heroes and by positioning products as cultural symbols rather than simple apparel. Furthermore, Nike successfully extends its brand through lines with Jordan, expanding into new markets while maintaining consistent brand identity. To conclude, Nike dominates the market by maximizing consumers' perceived value through advanced technology and strong emotional branding. Its overwhelming brand authority positions Nike as a cultural icon rather than just a sportswear company. This leads to two key discussion topics. First, how should Nike balance the positive impact of its courageous, socially aware marketing with the potential risk of eliminating some consumers? Second, what strategy should Nike adopt to restore and maintain brand scarcity given the risk created by frequent limited releases and reseller controversy? Thank you for listening. So the reason why I chose discussion number 1 and discussion number 2 is Nike's courageous marketing is perceived by its core young demographic as a brand representing their beliefs, but however, involvement in social issues as seen as Colin Kaepernick case compromise the brand political neutrality, carrying the negative risk of boycotts and sales reduction from a conservative audience. And number 2 is Nike attempt to maintain brand excitement through limited drops, but oversupply has, as seen with the Panda Dunks, compromised the product specialness and executes market disruption by resellers. So this leads to brand fatigue and value dilution among customers, posing a direct threat to the long-term premium pricing strategy. So yeah, I just want to hear your personal opinions about it.
Yeah. Is there anybody opportunity share for your idea of discussion 1 and 2, whatever? Jeju?
Discussion 1. I think the best balance for Nike is to strengthen its core brand value and the identity of their target customers, because their current core target loves this marketing, like slogan "Just Do It." So even at the risk of losing potential customers, it is important to build connection with customers through this marketing.
So how do you think Jeju idea?
I'm kind of disagree with that opinion because I think Nike is not a company that particularly valued politically correct management. So I think the brand should have a political maturity, and potential customer losing is more risky for that marketing. And I think as a result, sales have increased, but I think this moving is too gambling. So yeah, I think I'm kind of not disagree with that opinion.
Okay, how about different ideas? Just one monster more. Okay, Maria?
also for the discussion one, I don't think everyone is hyper aware of what the brand is really doing, like the political marketing. Like I've never really heard of it because I'm not too much into like shoes. So I think if they still like maintain their branding as a sporty brand, because I think compared to other like sneakers brand like Adidas for example, they're a bit more on the sporty side, more than the casual CT style. And so if they still like focus on delivering that sporty value, they can still like keep their audience who might not be aware of their political like branding while still catering to the part that is targeted by the political branding. Like I think it's a matter of not pushing it too much, but still having it.
So, do you agree with Marian on this?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can you explain what courageous marketing is again?
Like course marketing, number 2.
No, like number 1.
Number 1. Like it's an example of Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is a kind of athletes who are not who don't want racism in the sports. So he showed the performance, but like US didn't want him to show that performance in front of people, and he just banned from the like sports game. So but Nike employed him as a ambassadors. So people like boycott and don't want to buy Nike because they made a like social evolution about it. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for your presentations, and we move on to actually we have I give you more time, but we have 2 presenters. So yeah, we move on to second presenters. Okay, thanks for your presentation.
Hello everyone. My name is Seo Eun-jin, and today I'm going to talk about a brand that many of you have probably listened about and recognized on Instagram, TikTok, or other media, or even in streets, which name is Alo. But instead of simply talking about as a fashion brand, I want to talk to you through why Alo has become one of the fastest growing wellness lifestyle brands in the world, and how its marketing strategy and its identity have helped it outperform even major players like Lululemon in the industry. To begin with, Alo was founded in 2007 in Los Angeles by Danny Harrods and Marco D. George. What's interesting about this brand is that the brand wasn't born from the business model. It was from a personal experience. One of the founders struggled from severe anxiety, and the other overcame a serious back injury through yoga, so they focused on yoga and made Alo. Because yoga literally changed their lives, they wanted to build a brand that could bring that same transformation to every people. Even the name Alo stands for Air, Land, Ocean, is meant to reflect a life connected to nature, mindfulness, and wellness. Over the years, Alo grew far beyond clothing. He launched the Alo Moves, which is the platform of the yoga platform. And also, they have become a official wellness partner to the New York Fashion Week. And they also launched a Alo Glow system, which is their cosmetic brands. Yeah. Now, let's look about why Alo became so powerful. Here's some marketing metrics that shows Alo's revenue. Alo's revenue between 2001 to 2004 grew by a massive 276% compared to Lululemon, which was 14% in the same period. But what's even more interesting is customer behavior. After someone buys Alo for the first time, their spending steadily increases over 1 year. Also, this means Alo doesn't replace Lululemon. It becomes an additional lifestyle category for customers. People don't switch from Lululemon to Alo. They buy both. Alo becomes a new layer in this identity, and that's extremely valuable, I think. So what makes Alo powerful? I found out two pillars that makes Alo powerful. The first one was a lifestyle integrated wellness at leisures. Alo isn't targeting people who exercise. It's targeting people who want to live a certain lifestyle, which is organic, aesthetic, and routine-oriented and wellness-focused. And also the second pillar is the aggressive marketing-driven loyalty community. I'd like to dive deeper into Alo's community building strategy in the second half of the presentation, where we'll focus about how brand creates loyalty, belongings, and long-term engagement between the customer and the product itself. First, I want to look about a customer behavior to need, want, and demand. The need starts with exercise and health. People need active wear which is suitable for exercising. Also, Alo expands the basic needs into mental and emotional needs, stress reliefs, mindfulness, and self-care. The want becomes aesthetic as leisures that blends seamlessly to daily life. Plus, consumers' want for suitable consumption can also be satisfied by Alo's strategy that focus on sustainability. They use recycled polyesters and they have eco-friendly packagings that might be suited for people who are interested in sustainability. Therefore, the demand is shaped through premium pricings. Alo's leggings cost around 98 to 150, which is premium pricing pushes consumers to use the maximum ability of their pay. Campaigns like Luxury Wellness help justify this pricing and maximizes the AOV, which stands for average order value, because Alo's yoga wear becomes integrated into many aspects of people's daily life. Second, the SDP. Alo segmentates consumers into demographic, which is age, gender, and spending power, and also the psychographic, which is their lifestyle, fashion attitude, sustainability values, and wellness orientations. So their target is the upper middle class consumers who is willing to spend on premium wellness athleisures, which is like primarily 18 to 34 women in North America who is interested in yoga and Pilates and who is trend sensitive for fashion and influencer following audience. Now let's talk about positioning by analyzing the Alo's powerful revenue growth. One of the most interesting concepts relating to these Alo is the red sneakers effect. This suggests that people can signal wealth through unconventional choices, like dressing in a way that looks effortlessly minimal, clean, and wellness-oriented, looks richer than a person who dresses of luxuries. Like as you see, he is a Mark Zuckerberg who is the CEO of the Facebook, the Meta. So this kind of reaction shows the red sneakers effect, and Alo is very good at using this effect, I guess. Alo also successfully tapped into the aesthetic trend that emerged in the early 2020s. An aesthetic is a full package, is a way of something look combined with special lifestyle, attitude, and feeling that goes with it. I think this is quite similar to a Korean word, chugumi. Like, we have known this for a long time. So, especially the Alo's explosive growth was happened in 2020, and this was the moment that the clean girl trend aesthetic was very popular in US, which they prioritized some wellness and routine, and effortless opulence, which is quite luxury. Therefore, we could identify the positioning of Alo. They express the wellness itself, which is positioned as a form of luxury. Also, another big differentiator is the studio to street. Unlike Lululemon, which is mostly performance-focused and quality-focused, Alo is more fashion-forward, trend-driven. Alo aims at clothing we wear from yoga class straight into daily life. Their clothing is made to go to directly from yoga studio to cafe or meet friends. This fashion-forward identity helps Alo reach customers who are fashion-forward, who is higher spenders, and who acts as an ambassadors, so they can have some free marketing influence, and who gives them early feedback loop. Based on our positioning, now let's review the Alo's 4P strategy. For products, Alo has its signature fabrics like Airlift, Airbrush, and Alo Soft. Also, they have made expansion into luxury collections, which is Alo Atelier and Aspen collections. And they have Alo Moves, which is their identical workout streaming platform. So people can watch some yoga videos and they can attend to the yoga class nearby their locations through the Alo Moves. And they have made expansion to Alo Glow, some makeup brands, and some sneakers. For the price, as I mentioned, Alo is quite expensive. It is similar to the Lululemon price. And they have some subscription price for Alo Moves also. And the place, they have sanctuary stores. I think this is very unique point of the Alo. The sanctuary is the combined space of yoga studio, cafe, and retail space. So consumers at the sanctuary, they don't have to buy Alo products, but they can join the yoga classes or they can join some cafe. So by joining the cafe and yoga classes, they can make some traffic through the Alo retail also. I think that is kind of original. And also, they entered the metaverse with a Roblox named Sanctuary Alo, and they now have like over 170 stores worldwide. Maybe, but that is quite oriented in US and Brazil, not Asian, I guess. And for the promotion, Alo relies heavily on celebrity influence, like Kendall Jenner or Taylor Swift, and countless influencers wearing Alo in daily life, creating endless UGC, which is user-generated content. All these combined contribute to especially high CPV, customer perceived value. Functionally, the fabrics support yogas perfectly. Emotionally, wearing Alos feel like you're living in a celebrity wellness lifestyle. Socially, Alo is quite highly Instagrammable, especially when you match set. And Alo, also wearing Alo makes the consumer feel the same sense belonging to a wellness community. Experimentally, Alo Moves, New York Fashion Week wellness events, and sanctuary stores create immersive wellness touchpoints. Thus, this multi-layer CPV is why customers are willing to pay premium prices. Next, a huge driver of Alo's growth is a brand community. Alo's community is built on two dimensions. One is yoga first. This yoga first community has a lot to do with Alo's founding. As I mentioned, Alo was founded in 2007. Interestingly, this was the exact period when Lululemon, originally a yoga-only apparel brand, starting to expand their widening range of fitness like ski or soccer or every area. So when Lululemon moved away from a purely yoga-focused brand, a niche space opened up into a market. Alo stepped there to fill the gap. This niche demand naturally leads to very strong consumers' loyalty because consumers who want a truly yoga-centered brand, they have very few alternatives. That's why even today, Alo continues to emphasize its yoga-focused identity even while expanding into new areas like makeup and atelier-style lifestyle spaces. As you can see, we can compare the Instagram account of Alo Yoga and Lululemon. Lululemon, they show lots of various athletes or some sports, but Alo, they are just focusing on yoga, like they're keeping the niche market and showing that they are very yoga-first brand. Also, second, the digital community. Alo has successfully shifted the community that was usually in offline to online to the digital space as well. Hashtags like the Alo Yoga and Alo Moves operate a self-reinforcing UGC loop. Plus, also, Alo, interestingly, they have some 3 diverse Instagram accounts. So they are capturing diverse audience segments and they are keep locking the audience to the various accounts. In this Alo's original community building strategies, they build brand loyalty. So we can find some value in this brand loyalty. First of all, we can find in social networking. For social networking, they welcome new users through interactive posts and challenges. Also, they're emphasizing it through the users' users actually shared mindful movements and stress anxiety recovery stories. So although they oftenly reply to the user's reply and they repost and regram the user's experience, so that makes a new marketing sources and new UGC loops. So the users, they are feeling through the Allo that they are part of the brand. They're not just the customers, but they are also the co-creators of the brand. Also for the impression management, the important thing is evaluating because they are keep having the partnerships with trusted yoga creators. So by having the partnerships with trusted yoga creators, they don't need many time or some money to have some loyalty because the trust is already in the partnerships between the yoga creator and the audience. So the loyalty established in the Allo is very quick. And second, for the community engagements, they have some staking and milestoning and badging and documenting. And I think documenting is quite important because while people are keep creating some class reviews about Allo moves and vlogs about the sanctuary and the lookbook contents, they are forming some community memories which like strengthen the loyalty of the brands. For the brand use, they share like care tips like how to wash the leggings of the Allo and some class recommendations of the yoga, and they have share their lookbooks. So this kind of community makes Allo more powerful. So finally, let's discuss about the LTV maximization. First, the fashion plus wellness and content ecosystems. The biggest driver here is the ecosystem look. So people use the apparel and they use Allo moves together, and they found the broader product needs, and they go to offline classes, and they use skincare accessories, and they reach the luxury line. So this kind of content is kind of some loop, so that locks the Allo's customers to using Allo. And second, the match set strategy. Allo is like famous for the lifestyle brand, so many customers who buy Allo, they don't just buy the leggings, they buy some like bra tops and also the tumblers and a lot. So it increases the AOV, which naturally raises the LTV. And third, the important part, the community-driven loyalty. Because they have made some digital community, which is very strong, we can feel the long customer lifespan. So also they have very powerful loyalty to Gen Z adoptions. So maybe Gen Z, they can keep using Allo brand instead of non-trendy brands like non-trendy athleisures like Lululemon, which is focused on quality, yeah. And also the paid media and UGC loop. This one is quite similar to the first one, but the ads not compared to the other brands. Ads are original from the customers. So the community is quite expanding and the UGC is keep producting. So this kind of loop attracts a new customers. And this is the end of my presentation, and the two things I want to talk about is first one, as Allo expands into categories like skincare, luxury apparel, and lifestyle products, is the brand strengthening its ecosystem or weakening its yoga-first identity? Should Allo deepen its core? So should they have to focus on yoga more, or they have to continue expanding horizontally, or like having some more makeup brand or making sneakers brand? For second, I want to talk about that Allo has heavily relied on influencer marketing until now. Is that a sustainable long-term strategy, or should they have another communication channel or another like marketing strategies for the brand longness? So yeah, thank you for listening.
Okay, so if you have any question, also you can ask to Eunjin. Right? Okay, so is anybody volunteer question number 1 and 2?
So for the first question, I think that Allo is strengthening its brand anyway, and I think it is like already known for yoga, so it is a great opportunity for them to expand into other categories, especially at a time like this when they're growing, when they're actually getting into it, and they have a strong UGC content creator base as well. So it's a great thing, and of course, like they would balance it out because the sales of the other parts, other categories would be lesser, and their priority is yoga first. And to build a brand, you have to expand. So I think Aloe is doing a great job at that. And about the second question, I think it is not a sustainable long-term strategy, and maybe they should get into sports like Nike has. So Nike has, gotten into sports and employing ambassadors who play in the field, and also maybe they can show their, like, as it's an athleisure brand, maybe Aloe can, sponsor sports people like women or men to wear these clothes and to exercise like out of the field. So I think that could be a great idea.
Yeah, I also think for the first question, they have to strengthen their yoga focus, but I think they have to I think also they have to continue to expand, because Aloe is focusing on the wellness of the life. So maybe to focus on everything, the lifestyle, they have to expand more in other exercising and other sports also. And for the second question, I think that's a very good idea, because maybe like soccer or like basketball or baseball, they all have sponsors. They're very strong and need some powerful quality. But I think like from like tennis or golf, to make some apparels and make people like more luxurious and wellness, maybe they can expand to their section to like sponsoring the athletes.
And I heard of Aloe from like soccer. Do you know Messi and Ronaldo? So their wives were actually sponsored by Aloe. So that's how I heard of the brand. I did not know anything else about it, but I knew Messi and Ronaldo. So that's how I learned about it.
His wife, right?
Yes, their wives, and that's how I learned about it. So I think it could be a great strategy. And like you said, golf and tennis, these are like lesser, I think, sports. I think would be a great.
For the expansion in other sports, I think Aloe has a little weakness if we compare to Nike or other brand, because I learned about Aloe by influencers, and I think they have too much this influencer image. Like when I see Aloe, when you look at the ambassadors, it's Kylie, Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid, they are models, they are not sport person. So like if they want to go to tennis, for example, there is Lacoste. Lacoste is famous for other brands. When we think about this brand, we think about sport. When I think about Aloe, I think about Instagram. And that's their biggest weakness, I think. So they really have to change maybe their marketing strategy and change the influencer and UGC method.
Oh, I really agree to your opinion. And also I think that is quite like strength but weakness of Aloe, that they got very popular for a very short time because of the influencers like powerful like Kendall Jenner and like Kylie Jenner and Hailey Bieber. But the weak point is that they're non-athletes and they're just influencers. So if they want to grow to the athleisure brand, they have to more like make some like sponsoring or combinations with real athletes, so they can have some reach point to the athleisure market.
I also think that for like they focused a bit too much on customer perceived value and not maybe not real value. It's like it got so very popular thanks to like the clean girl image, and I feel like it's bound to fade away at some point. And if it's too tight for that instead of like performances or quality, I feel like the brand will also fade away with the clean girl movements. I think they need to like research and invest in like more into their performances and like what they provide in terms of like I don't know breathability or like overall performance.
Okay. And also I really agree, because like for the athletes or people who really exercise, the quality is very important. I agree. So I saw many videos about real yoga people or athletes. They're like criticizing Alo because of their they're not that quality nice, but the price is very high. But I think Alo is like focusing on the real lifestyle. So maybe who buy Alo for like fashion and daily life, they don't really care about quality. So maybe Alo have to focus on improving the qualities to also satisfy to the audience that doing the real exercise and the athletes also.
And I think if they really want to imagine focus or develop the sport way, expand to skincare doesn't make sense. Like it's really influencer. Like starting a skincare brand made no sense in a sport brand.
Yeah, they have a linking for between the two different businesses, right? But they have no linking to between for the link to these two different products.
I think for the real point is that the Alo, maybe they recognize that they have low quality and maybe they have some kind of weakness to go to the real athleisure market. So maybe they're like just hanging around and like about the influencer market and the trend and aesthetics. So maybe the longest weakness that Alo have to encounter recent.
Okay, lastly, Maria.
I also think that globally they're not very strong as a brand because like athleisure is very American to me. Like in Europe, we don't see people walking around in France, at least in leggings and sports bras. It's not something that is very popular. So like, if they want to penetrate globally other markets, they really need to go through the sports like channel and not the fashion channel. I may be wrong about this, but I feel like leisure is not really a thing in France.
Yeah, and I think that is like my opinion, but I think Asian countries, they follow the US trend. So maybe the athleisure is now very popular in Korea also. But I think it is quite different in the European market. So maybe Alo have to like improve better in that section also, I think.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you for your presentation. Actually, we have one more team. One is Lorex. Yeah, Lorex. So the team Lorex, there were analysis from the last time by using for the both sides, and then they prepare some presentation for their analysis.
Hello, I would like to present the brand positioning analysis of Rolex using the brand positioning wizard. We will uncover how Rolex has established its dominance in luxury watch market through its core value and distinct characteristics. Let's start from the very center of wizard, which is represent the heart of the brand. According to diagram, Rolex brand mantra is timeless legacy. This phrase perfectly captures the essence of the brand. It tells us that Rolex is not just about selling watches. It is about selling heritage that lasts forever, transcending generation. And next, let's look at the point of parity or POP. These are essential qualities that Rolex share with other luxury watch brands to be considered competitors. This chart identifies factors such as function, similar design, and accurate time measurement. By satisfying these fundamental standards of category, Rolex ensures that it meets the basic expectation of luxury watch consumer. Next is POD.
I focus on HPOD and RTB. Let's look at the PODs. Why is Rolex is special? first is scarcity. It is very hard to buy a Rolex because you cannot buy it online, even if you have a lot of money. And also you must book online just to visit a store. This makes the brand more valuable. Second is timeless aesthetics. Rolex keeps the same design for decades. My grandfather's watch still look cool on his grandson. It never goes out of style. Third, Rolex is a symbol of success. It is the most recognizable luxury watch brand in the world. So just wearing a Rolex proves your social status without saying a word. Also, Rolex often given as a gift for a celebration like graduation, retirement, or promotion. Last is high resale value. Rolex is like an asset. The price does not go down easily, and it often stays high or even goes up after you buy it. Next, the RTB. How does Rolex prove this? I think first the first waterproof technology. Rolex invented the Oyster, which is the world's first waterproof watch. This proves that Rolex has superior technology and innovation as the original inventor. And second, strict quality assurance. Rolex tests their watch very strictly using their own high standards called superlative chronometer. This builds trust. And third, the best sponsorship. Rolex supports only the top events like Wimbledon and F1 sports, and this shows they are world class. And last, iconic storytelling. On their official website, you can see a Rolex went to Everest mountain and the deep sea, and you can check their history. This real history adds value to Rolex and enhance its premium image.
Finally, the various personality and character sections include craftsmanship, and timeless and trustworthy. Rolex watches embody craftsmanship, are timeless, and possess the characteristics of reliability. The executional properties and visual identity section includes the green sheet tag and the crown Rolex logo. The green sheet tag provided when purchasing a Rolex watch indicates the highest level of chronometer certification, and the Rolex watch logo is well known to people as a crown-shaped logo. Our team's presentation on the Rolex brand collision in Versailles has concluded. Thank you for listening.
Okay, why choose Rolex?
Because Rolex has very strong image, like premium,
The
luxury.
strong premier brand image, right? A very high, strong brand identity.
So we can easily 분석 the Versailles using Versailles, so we choose.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. So, yeah, we will finish two presenters and one analysis team for both sides. So, hopefully you understand well for the both sides for prepare for final exam. So, yeah. So I asking for some very important concept of the both sides, but also I asking for example by using for Rolex or something else. So maybe you have to be, apply and adapt for this, important concept by using for this both sides. Okay? Any questions? No? Don't forget the last time. Should you bring for that books, right? Yeah, I will actually cover everything in Korean, right? Okay? Yeah. That's it.